Hello everybody, this is a Lighthouse Hall of Fame film, and no, it's not Deja Vu. This is another battle in Airfield Standard East. This time, Dark Ninja from the North American server in his Pz38nA. He doesn't get as good of a starting position as Sebastian Potato had because he's way down here at the southern end of spawn. So if he wants to get up here to the balcony, it's going to take a little bit more effort. He's going to come in later than some of the faster enemy that are moving into this area. Just something to be aware of as you go, that you may encounter fire trying to get into the balcony. Doesn't mean don't go, just be ready for it. And he may elect not to go there at all. Or he may take the shortcut right here, come up over this terrace right here, and off he goes. First kill. Guy backed up right into his line of fire. So now he's just going to sit up here and spot for his team, or spot for his own sniping, depending on where the tanks show up at. Only one of his heavies, only two heavies on his team, but only one of them moved up here to this choke point. So that's could become an issue, because as you can see, the enemy team has a greater force there. So he's going to have to pay close attention to that and leave before he gets trapped up here. Well, they started off ahead 2-0, now they're down 2-3. And they have a big problem in the middle because they're way outnumbered right there, and if the enemy realizes it, this could be a great tactical disadvantage soon. He's put himself in a position to fire right down the side here, flanking shots. And as you can see, he's getting rid of the two right now. Hard to get to hit a 150 just right there. He goes, hit the cupula, gets the penetration. Now pull back up and shoot the next guy if he pulls out. KV1 a lot easier to penetrate from the side than the 150 for the 38nA. Now they finally have a medium move up to help the heavy. He had the good fortune to move just before the Wolverine came in, and now KV1 comes in and tries to get him, so he's not going to play chicken with him too long, I don't think. The OI experimental could help matters out by backing up on top here and helping with this KV1. Here he comes. about flattened this P-38. Here comes the looks. Boom! Boom! Sorry, looks. Don't know what you were doing coming up there without being able to fire right away, but that wasn't a good idea. You should have known that Dark Ninja was there, and yet he came driving straight toward him and didn't pay him any attention and died. 2-tank lead now. 3-tank. It's starting to go downhill for the enemy team. Unfortunately, we have 2 tanks way back here. It looks like they're moving forward. That's a good idea. They can help out this KV-1 if they pull a little bit more forward. And he gets a fire. He can get the kill himself here. Ooh, not quite. Yes. So he's up to 4 kills. It is so much easier when the enemy comes at you 1 tank at a time. I know the looks tried to help out and double team him, but the way he did it made it easy for Dark Ninja to take him out. Three tanks to go, and Dark Ninja's wondering right now if he's going to get any of the kills. Ooh, there's an easy one right in front of him. He's even kind enough to turn the other way. Goodbye. Just the Su-85 to go. I'm guessing in here. Don't really know. Maybe back here. Oh, coming up in the cap. Getting to his side. Buildings really slow down your ability to maneuver, which isn't good to begin with in the Pz38nA, but he manages to hang tough and get behind him. Now the fight's over. Got him. And in this battle, Dark Ninja gets 1,707 damage and 6 kills. 34 of 36 shooting, 94%. 202 assisted damage and 8 spots. Lost 6,840 credits. Survived the fight and was awarded 2019 experience. And also got a Top Gun and a high caliber. Bruiser, Fire for Effect, and Duelist mini medals gives him a battle score of 2,184, 5th place on the Pz38nA list. So, you saw how when you start at the south spawn, you can either go this way or cut through town. It just depends on where you are down here. You go up this terrace right here, actually right here, pull up into the balcony. And then he was spotting up there before he started roaming around the map, just picking people off. When you're fighting in the 38nA and you're picking on bigger tanks, you got to work hard to get the flanking shots, because a lot of times that 5cm gun isn't going to give you penetration very easily from the front. The tank's not the most maneuverable tank in the world, but it has decent speed once you have a little bit of time to get going on the top end. So you have to set yourself up to get flanking shots to give your gun a chance to really work for you. And he did very well at that throughout the fight. At times he had moved up here and was shooting his tanks pulled forward. He got to shoot in the side of the looks. Now the looks he can pen from any angle. And then throughout the rest of the fight, he kept working to get flanking shots. It's a skill you definitely want to have if you play the Pz38nA, because except for when you're in Tier 4 battles where you can beat up on the tanks, when you're in Tier 6 and Tier 7 battles, you need to have the ability to flank. And with the lack of the turning on this tank, you really have to think ahead about where you're going and approach from the correct angles, and think ahead a little bit in order to set yourself up to where you can get those kind of shots. So even though it's a Tier 4, it's not really a tank you want to use to learn scouting. If you're just learning scouting, definitely use the looks. Once you've gone on and picked up on other scouts and get familiar with how to use them. Then if you want to go up that heavy line and play with the Tier 4 Pz38nA, because if you don't know your fundamentals really well, you're going to hate the tank. It requires that you know what you're doing already in order to play it well. And Dark Ninja, obviously, with the number of Hall of Fame films he has, already understands how to scout, and so he can handle this tank really well. From from Airfield, standard mode, East Spawn, Dark Ninja getting a Top Gun. Happy hunting.